Only about half a mile in, but so far it's been pretty easy walking through here. Currently about 25 degrees. I think the high for this area today I read was 48. The issue is that probably won't be until around when I finish the hike. So maybe we can get into the upper 30s, low 40s. Hopefully maybe midway through, we'll see. If not, it is what it is. Supposed to be some creek crossings. How bad they are just depends on how much rainfall there's been. Kind of hard to gauge that right now, but I don't think it's been too bad. So it'll probably be around normal flow, or maybe a little less than that, hopefully. I do have my boots to change into if I need to. Extra socks, all that. Another positive is it's not windy at all. Not a single bit of wind. Not so sure I could handle 25 degrees and then being really windy. So that's good. So what we're gonna do is hike this section of the trail that we're on here, around 2.5 miles, give or take. And there's gonna be a junction for the Sassafras Creek trail that goes to the left, which we're not gonna do because I wanna finish with it. So at that junction, we're just gonna continue straight, make our way to Big Falls. Let's check it out. Also read there may be some scrambling around to get a view of it. And then we'll come back to the trail junction and then take the Sassafras Creek trail to see the falls there. Scrambling around it too, I believe. And then we'll make our way back. I'm tracking this hike with 2 different apps. So if what I mentioned earlier about 11 miles is not accurate, I'll try to mention that at the end of the video if it's more or less than that. This is really the first stream crossing here. Tributary flows down the hill here into Snowbird Creek. You get across here pretty easily. Just continue on that way. So far it's been really pleasant. You can hear Snowbird Creek the whole time, so you have that sound as you're really close to it, kind of up above it. At some point maybe we'll be right beside of it, more ground level. But it's been really nice so far. This view right here is essentially how it's been the whole time. The trail's just been kind of completely straight, just minimal curves. I know at some point it's going to get a little more interesting, but the first mile here has been pretty pleasant. And the sun's starting to peek through too. So maybe get a little bit of warmth sooner or later. Every so often I'll see a side path that will take you down to the creek if you want. I haven't ventured down any. I may not. Probably be worth mentioning. I just remembered that I was doing a lot of reading, research. And I believe the reason a lot of this through here is flat like this is because there's once a railroad through here. So this is just remnants of a railroad bed. Haven't seen any material evidence yet, but I believe we might at some point. It would prove that, but that's what I read. This was once a railroad. This is the first curve in the trail I feel like I've seen about the whole time. You see the creek down there and the view of the mountains around me here. Treetops, all that. Still nice and flat though. I think I'm under a mile to where the trail junction is. So this is the water source. This piped in here that I'm having to read about. So if you were out here in the season where you needed water, or if you're just low on water, you have it right here. This is about 2.3 miles in. So it's just before you reach the trail junction. Got another couple tents. Pretty good place to put it, I think, to give people opportunity to stock up. We got a little bit of overwash here. I'm just trying to step around. Surprised all this is not frozen, actually. But pressing on. I've switched to widescreen so we can see this well, but the trail has met usually good size campsite here. And the famous getaway car is mentioned everywhere online. And keep in mind that I'm over 2.5 miles out here, so this has probably been here since whatever was going on with this railroad business. That is pretty cool. Wow. Someone has took a piece of rope or twine there and tied it from one side to the other, I guess, to keep it from falling in, maybe. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna check the map and see where to go from here. Also, I'm gonna take a little break. Have not stopped the whole way. It's been roughly an hour to make it to this point, 2.5 miles. So far, all trails and Gaia GPS are both pretty well spot on to that. So, maybe a creek crossing here, I'm not sure. I see one path going that way, Sassafras maybe that way. And we may be crossing here. Anyhow, I'm gonna check the map. So the old car is back that way where I was standing. I'm glad I walked down this way first without changing my shoes. There's a footbridge here, which I believe we can take back to go across the bridge and go right and go to the big falls first, so we won't have to get wet right here. Which is really awesome. This bridge is not noted in the book that I recall. But we're gonna cross here no matter what and go right. Let's see if we can pick up the trail the rest of the way. I believe we can. Around this area is what I probably would have crossed across these rocks, and Mike could have done it without getting wet there, but it would have been a challenge. You can also come out right here as well. So I may have misspoke back there. So I haven't actually made it to the junction where you turn left to go to Sassafras. Haven't made it quite there yet. A couple more tenths of a mile for that. But definitely worth mentioning that bridge was there. Why they don't have it right where the trail crosses the creek, I don't really understand. I had to walk a good 50 feet back the other way before I even knew it was there. One could easily miss that. So maybe that'll help someone. So this is the official junction. Sassafras goes that way. And we're gonna continue this way. Fairly new looking sign there too. I wanna say it's roughly a mile, could be a little more. from here to the falls, because it's noted in the book it's 3.65, I believe, to Big Falls, from start all the way to the falls. So far, doing good. Around 9:40, 9:45. I started at 8:30ish. So doing really good on timing. Haven't took much of a break. Just got a drink of water real quick. Just felt like kept moving while I had the energy to do it. Everything's been nice and flat. This section of the trail right here probably never gets sunlight. Still lingering snow on the ground from days ago. You can see it a little better than you could anywhere else so far. I can see Big Falls just through the trees right there. Keep going further and look for a side path to see if we can make our way down there, get a better look. Came from that way, side path is right here. Very steep scramble path. And give it a shot. Might have to keep kind of scrambling around, but I know this one has multiple drops. Just kind of a side view of it. Not necessarily an easy way to get to the bottom of that. So this is gonna have to do for now. I decided to keep going just a couple tenths of a mile so I could see the new bridge that's been built here. I'll say it's new, but it's probably been here 6-7 years now. But I'm gonna walk across it and back across too. Just thought I'd check it out since it's so close. That was Big Falls in the last series of clips. On Snowbird Creek. If I documented it right, the first drop we saw was the lower portion. Or maybe might have it the other way around. It was the upper, and that was the lower. Or vice versa, one of the two. The one I showed you second was definitely the nicer of the two drops, as it had several dozen little ledges with water just tumbling over it continuously. Really nice. I would have went with a different name if it had been me, but pretty cool. I can hear it, and I spotted a glimpse of it just through the trees a few minutes ago. Getting pretty close. I think the Sassafras Creek Trail is probably around a mile-ish, give or take. It's a little more primitive than Snowbird Trail. But anytime now we should see a path to lead us down to it, all from this trail. So Not much longer. Here's the scramble path to take us down to have a viewing. Be careful going down through here. It's a lot steeper than it looks. A little bit treacherous, but it shouldn't be nothing we can't handle. Made it back to this crossing here. I have about 2.5 miles back to the parking area. Pretty good time to end the video. Just gonna enjoy the rest of the walk back. Feels nice and accomplished to finish the 100 waterfall challenge. It's actually a great place to do it. Great day. The lighting could have been a little better for photos and that sort of thing, but it's all part of the experience. If you're wondering if I'm going to actively work the 250 or 500 challenge by Kevin Adams, the answer is no. Not planning to work either of those two. However, there are several dozen waterfalls that are on both of those lists that I want to see. So me finishing this by no means says that I'm just done with new waterfalls, because there'll be several more videos where I visit new ones and then some revisits that are my own personal favorites, the ones that I enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for tuning in. Maybe give the video a like if you enjoyed it. And maybe even subscribe. Or not. Totally up to you. I'll see you in the next video.